So we are climbing up 50 Mile Mountain, just this ginormous ridge that was to the west. You can kind of see there's like some kind of trail along this ridge for a little while, but other than that we were just down in washes over there. It's a big climb, maybe 3,000 feet over the course of like 2 miles or less. Like here's a nice little mushroom rock, balancing rock. And there's Sprocket. So tonight we think it'll be below freezing. It's already pretty cold. It's only 8 o'clock. And tomorrow begins a 36-mile dry stretch or something like that. There's definitely water along the way, but we hear a lot of it has like magnesium sulfate in it or something, which acts as a heavy laxative. I don't know if anyone's ever taken like magnesium supplements and taken too much of that. I think that's what this water will do to you. So I think the guidebook said something like people had drinking it and they ran out of toilet paper very quick afterwards. So, but yeah, interesting beginning to this section. So this is 36 miles worth of water. Of course, one with coffee in it, as if that's hydrating. And one with electrolytes in it already. But yeah, about 7 liters. Hopefully that's pretty good. So we are descending off 50 Mile Ridge, 50 Mile Mountain, whatever, into Monday Canyon. And it's just been this like kind of bushwhack down this like little wash. And it's just so crazy to think of the creators of this trail back, I don't know, 25 years ago doing this and being like, yeah, this is great. I guess there's just not really another way through the area unless you don't like fun like this, and there's plenty of roads and whatnot. But yeah, pretty interesting for sure. I think because of the bad water, and then there's also a lot of weird obstacles ahead, like dry falls and things you gotta navigate around that are like difficult. A lot of people like, they don't really skip this section, but they take a significantly shorter alternate, like significantly shorter, like 3 days shorter. So actually, of all the people we know out here, I think only one person that we know of took this. So hopefully this section is like super sick, super cool. We love it, you know? Otherwise, it's like, I don't know. Maybe they were correct, but we'll find out. How does it look? So this is, we heard of like a 15-foot dry fall, and it's definitely like 15 feet. I feel like there's many different ways you could go about it if you wanted. But we went up like the left-hand side, right in that like crack, or down it rather, and it wasn't so bad. But I think this is just one of many reasons a lot of people don't take this route. You know, in the guide it kind of makes it sound like these are pretty bad, you know, and it would be a really long way to go around this if you decide you can't do it or don't want to do it.
What do you say?
So, not too bad.
That's no grip.
No grip. Should I come?
No grip.
No grip.
Saved me.
did it. The first day through Monday Canyon and Rogers Canyon was very, very tedious, challenging, and I kind of think that Monday Canyon gives this entire section just a really bad rap. You know, it gives this entire section just a really bad name. You know, I think a lot of people just skip this section entirely because of, not just because of the water, but also that they hear it's a bushwhack, or they hear it's just really hard and not that interesting, or whatever it may be. So we are having to find our way around a bit of this gully here because big rock fall, so there's just these massive boulders all through, and some of them you could maybe like squeeze through, but a lot of them it really truly just blocks the path entirely. So we're going around, and maybe we'll meet up again back down there. But yeah, pretty fun. And I think that's entirely Monday Canyon. So the rest of the section has been pretty nice. It's not really like we're walking through a national park, but you know, very interesting geology, and you know, some very fun little sections and challenges along the way. And Monday Canyon itself was just, that's it. Like, Monday Canyon was only like 6 miles of this entire, I don't know, 33-mile bit. And yeah, I kind of wish it didn't wind up speaking for the rest of this. So Monday Canyon was just extremely slow. This whole canyon is just big boulder fest. So we're sliding around boulders, up boulders, around boulders. And it's not great. Because when you're not in boulders, you're just like bushwhacking through all this stuff. Then you get around a boulder like this one, and then it's like, oh, more bush or more boulder. And it's just been like that for like 10 miles. There was one really challenging bit with a 15-foot dry fall that you had to do like a little rock climb to get around. But other than that, nothing like crazy. It's just kind of a narrow canyon that has some really massive boulders that have just fallen right into the center of it. You know, so you walk 5 feet and then you gotta look around and figure out, well, how do I get around this boulder? Do I go left, right, over the top, around it, under it? Then you walk another 5 feet and there's another one. And in between these boulders, those little tiny stretches in between the boulders, you're either bushwhacking or you're walking on top of much smaller boulders or much smaller rock fall. So, you know, I think like the 6 miles took us quite the long time. And then from there, it's just gotten better and better and better. You know, after Monday Canyon, going through Rogers Canyon was a lot faster, a lot more beautiful, a lot more interesting. And then after that, going through Navajo Canyon was like really beautiful and really interesting and way faster, you know, and it's just continued on since then. So I think it's just Monday Canyon kind of seals the deal for a lot of people. They just hear about that first bit and they're like, nah. At the same time, it's like Monday Canyon and that first bit and just this whole section, to me, it just, this is ultimately like what I thought the Hayduke was going to be like every day. You know, literally every single day I thought was going to be like that out here. And so it doesn't really bother me, you know, it's like, this is kind of what I'm out here for, you know, kind of that adventure and kind of that exploration. And you know, something I just keep coming back to is that I saw one of the creators of this trail, one of the founders of this trail, I saw them remark somewhere saying that the Hayduke isn't supposed to be easy. So I just keep that in my mind. And you know, you could do road walks around this entire trail or drive a car just through southern Utah and see a lot of pretty things. But I don't know, kind of out here, I feel that. I don't want it to be easy. And I feel like if it was easy, it wouldn't be as interesting or as fun. So all in all, I've really enjoyed this section. It's definitely not the greatest of them all, but I think it's also a good reminder of what this trail is about. That exploration, that adventure, that problem solving, and you know, a good reminder that you're out in the middle of the desert. So our waterless stretch has come to an end. In the end, we wound up going about 33 miles in between the two most reliable water sources. But along the way, we were able to find a couple other much smaller sources, like a couple potholes about 5 miles into our hike here that had water, and then potholes about 8 miles in. So we were able to refill along the way just a little bit, make our lives a little bit easier. But still, you know, it's kind of hard to rely on little potholes that may or may not exist from year to year. So 32 miles, I think it went pretty well.
Hello.
What's that you got in your head?
Bug headnet.
Oh, what is that?
There's a lot of tiny annoying bugs around.
Oh, okay.
Keep on like landing on my face and stuff.
Oh, for sure. Makes sense. So at this point in our hike, I feel like we've really found a groove with no matter what the Hayduke can throw at us. I really feel like this is what the Hayduke is about. The fun in the problem solving. And from here, we are only about a day away from being halfway done. This trail is about 800 or 850 miles long, and we are about to surpass that 400 mile mark. And from what I hear, one of the coolest slot canyons of this entire trail is coming up in the next couple days.